which I'm gonna react to the night Drake got booed off the stage.
Yeah,
it was more jeering and trolling, I feel, than actual booing.
It was booing. I was a little confused because I just didn't, like, I was kind of sitting there going like, you guys know Frank's not here, right?
Damn, they want Frank Ocean, bro. Damn, niggas want Frank Ocean than Drake. Why they want Drake? Usually people want Drake, bro. But
Drake is one of the most divisive artists in mainstream music. And it seems like half the internet hates him, and the other half thinks he's the new Michael Jackson, the LeBron of rhyme, the Michael Jordan, the whatever you want to call him. And that divide was never more prominent than on November 10th of 2019. It's Camp Flogna, and the star power is off the charts. 21 Savage is there, Juice WRLD is there, ASAP Rocky makes a surprise return, Lil Uzi Vert is there, and of course, the one and only Clairo is there. Shout out to Clairo. There's some other names that made a surprise appearance or made an appearance, including the creator for the festival, Tyler, the creator. It was a great lineup, and it became even more interesting with the mystery headliner for the second night. There was a lot of mystery as to who this artist could be, and there were a lot of theories trying to figure out who it was. And to the surprise of most people, the artist that ended up on the stage was Drizzy Drake. Drake has always been a little controversial amongst hip-hop fans. From his roots as an actor to just being Canadian, the odds for Drake to be a successful rapper weren't necessarily the best in a way. Even with breaking in through Lil Wayne, he didn't even want to give him a chance at first. Although Drake did make it to the top of the charts, the longer he stayed there, the more hate he gathered. And the end of the 2010s proved to be an all-time peak in terms of Drake hate. 2018 specifically brought forward a beef with Kanye West and a beef with Pusha T. And the beef with Pusha T led to one of the worst moments in Drake's entire career when
Pusha T violated Drake, bro. In the story of Aududon diss track, bro. He violated him, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He mentioned he mentioned Drake's pops. He mentioned his producer. All that, bro. He didn't care, bro. He was violating, bro. He was not holding back.
Pusha T would release the story of Aududon. It was embarrassing the amount of things that Pusha T said about Drake, his family, his friends, and yet it really didn't affect Drake. Maybe for like a few months, Drake was like the laughingstock of hip-hop, but he was topping the charts by the end of the year. And for that, I want to give
After that Pusha T diss, like Drake, it wasn't gonna affect Drake in no way, bro. You know, I ain't gonna lie, Pusha did violate it, but it didn't affect Drake at all, bro. Like that, you know, like the Pusha T diss, right? It did not affect Drake, bro. It wasn't gonna affect Drake at all.
Special thanks
to Drake's PR team, because man, they were in their bag this year. All of the sudden, bro was making woman empowerment anthems.
Piping up on these niggas, you gotta be nice for what to these niggas?
Maybe all the pandering was just a coincidence, but y'all ain't fooling me. On the other side of things was Frank Ocean. Rising through the ranks alongside Tyler the Creator as a part of Odd Future, a lot of fans hoped and wished that the surprise headliner was none other than Frank Ocean. In contrast to Drake, Frank Ocean doesn't really release music, and he also doesn't stay at the top of the charts like Drake does. However, as time went on, more people loved Frank Ocean. His 2016 studio album Blonde was loved by fans and critics, and the love only grew from there on out. And if you're wondering what Frank Ocean was doing back in 2018, well, the answer is that Frank Ocean was doing Frank Ocean stuff, which means he wasn't doing anything. Not releasing music, at least. By the time 2019 had rolled around, nothing had really changed for both artists. Drake was still arguably the biggest name in all of music, and outside of his music, he spent the summer celebrating through the streets of Toronto because the Raptors had finally won an NBA championship. By the way, this
because of Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi left Toronto and shit.
to some of the funniest
interviews that Drake has ever done.
Bro, look around you. Look at this. We created this. This didn't exist before we were here. Look around at the square. I promise you right now, we did this.
As for Frank though, he was mostly doing Frank Ocean stuff, but he did release a few songs.
Look at them shakes, made up a dance. How come you
and if you listen to these songs, it kind of sounded like he was teasing an album. I mean, I don't know what new file sitting on my drive can mean if it's not a new album. And the speculation for a new album intensified with the release of another single not long after that, Within My Room. And for what it's worth, I think this song is pretty good, so I understand why people were excited for a new album. By the way, as this was all happening, Tyler, the Creator, was cooking in 2019. The release of Igor marked a new chapter for Tyler, the Creator, and his fans, as the record put him at the top of a lot of people's Album of the Year conversations. It also gathered the most fanfare he ever had for a release. In a way, Tyler, the Creator was becoming a mainstream household name. And to keep that momentum going, not long after the release of the record, he announced the dates for 2019's edition of Camp Flog Gnaw. The Camp Flog Gnaw Carnival is an annual American music festival and carnival curated by Tyler, the Creator, at least according to Wikipedia, which is the only source that matters anyways. One of the main draws for this festival outside of Tyler, the Creator, and the artists themselves was whoever that headliner was going to be. And if you asked fans who it was going to be, Frank Ocean just made sense. Like I said before, the Odd Future connection between Tyler and Frank Ocean is already there. Piece that alongside the new album that was being teased by Frank Ocean, and a festival appearance wasn't out of the realm of possibility. However, once the night came around, there was no Frank Ocean to be seen. And this was not no scam motion type thing. Frank Ocean was just never supposed to be there. The surprise headliner in question, well, it was Drake. And yet, even as he was performing, nobody knew he was the closing act. In fact, most people thought it was a bonus.
Damn, it was a surprise. Basically, it was a surprise.
And although the audience was very happy to see Mr. Aubrey Graham initially, they soon turned sour.
These next two songs I'm about to do, right?
Drake kept extending his set. And what that means is that a lot of people thought Drake was cutting into the time that was slotted for Frank Ocean. And keep in mind that Drake is basically extending his set out of love for the game, I guess. He's not getting paid overtime, or at least I don't think he is. But again, the audience doesn't know that. Meanwhile, Tyler, the Creator, is like in the crowd vibing to Drake, and I don't know if he notices the booing. However, the message became clear to Drake. He asked one more time if they want him to stay. Audience replies with an astounding no, and he walks away. The crowd anxiously now waits for Frank Ocean. Until they realize there is no Frank Ocean. Low-key, it's actually kind of hilarious in hindsight. From what I could see, there was never any hints that Frank Ocean was supposed to be the headliner for that event. So again, it wasn't a Tyler the Scammer type of thing. It was just like people thought in their minds that Frank Ocean was going to come out. And he never did. Although I will say one thing though. Drake being in a sea of Tyler the Creator fans was only gonna end in boos. Like the year before, the people who headlined this exact festival was Kanye West and Kid Cudi. Two rappers that were beefing with Drake at the time. And even outside of that, have you ever met a Tyler the Creator fan who's a Drake fan at the same time, like in real life? Still though, all of these fans just came off looking like idiots, essentially cutting off their own entertainment for someone who was never there. As for Frank Ocean though, he never released an album. It's been a few years since that incident happened and there is still no sign of a Frank Ocean album. I will say though, eventually Frank Ocean did get to perform live. However, people just kind of hated that performance. The public perception for Frank Ocean right now is not the best. It's actually the worst it has been for him in a very long time. Honestly, I still rock with him. Real shit. You Frank Ocean fans are hilarious, and I hope you guys continue to get scammed because it is very entertaining for me. Anyways.
So yeah, bro, let me know what y'all think about, Drake, getting booed off, off a stage, bro, like, because, like, they didn't get to see Frank Ocean, shit. But it's Drake, bro, how, like, damn. Drake caught everybody by surprise, feel me? But, yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, y'all know the vibes, it was checking out you are.